they go right here too. Thank you. The perfect fit. Perfect. I just have to say, I love these chairs. Again, I'm having issues with having new things. Like I immediately want a coffee table and a rug to kind of tie this all together. And the other thing that's bothering me a little bit is having 2 chairs and then 2 stools. And people did say to switch the chair and the couch, which I can show you once I have some help. But I feel like I'm going to sit on the couch a lot more because, I don't know, I live by myself and I want to like lay down. And I really don't want to be looking out the window. I am on the first floor and we have a very small little community here. So I like the idea of the couch being there. But it does bother me, this 2 chairs and then 2 stools, but whatever. I think I just need a day for it to set in where I know I really like it. And these chairs are huge and super comfortable. The space in between the chairs and the sofa is like, look at that. I'm 5'8". That's a huge space. They're good, right? We love them. I'm so excited. But I definitely want like a big substantial coffee table because I want to be able to lay on these and put my feet up. You know, it's all about that comfort. I think I actually need bar stools that kind of blend in to, let me sit over here, to the wood so it doesn't look like I have chair. Here is my big old, well, it's not even old, it's the frame TV, which wasn't really necessary to get. I do like how thin it is, but I feel like you can get that and not have to spend money on the frame TV. But it needs to go away. I want a big unit to put it in. And now that I have a sofa and chairs in here, yeah, there's still a lot that needs to be done. Like I want a table back there with a mirror above it. We need the entertainment center. We need a rug. We need all this stuff. But it's starting to get nice out. So I'm thinking I need to switch my priorities a little bit and maybe focus on getting a outdoor table because I want to be able to sit outside and do work and stuff. And if I have a table out there, I don't know, that or the office. This feels like I can, I can lay on the sofa and watch TV and enjoy my time in here without a coffee table or a rug, which isn't ideal. But, you got to figure out your priorities when trying to furnish your place. We're making pickled onions, and I don't even have all the ingredients. I always have pickled onions in my fridge. When I say always, I did it once, and I like to have them on my salads. And I eat a lot of rice, so it's fun to put on rice when I'm not feeling kimchi or whatever. Anyways, I just wanted to make pickled onions while I answer some questions you sent me, basically about like my job and stuff. But I thought I would do this because people are always DMing me questions and I don't have the mental capacity to answer things. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. First question, how do I spend my free time? Which is, wow, this knife is not, I need to sharpen my knives. Ooh, oniony. I basically never use this knife. It's like a butcher knife, but I feel like it's my sharpest one because I never use it. I need to sharpen my knives. Anyways, how do I spend my free time? My free time is spent decorating my house, literally, or hanging out with my friends. I like to go to coffee shops. We like to go see live music or go to fun bars. you know, just the huge. But I will say when I was traveling all year and I didn't have a home, I realized how much of my free time I spent decorating my place. Like if I was bored at home, I would like paint or like do something around the house. And then when I didn't have that, I was like, wow, that is my hobby, I guess. But you know, other than that, I like to hang out with my friends and I love my family. I love hanging out with my siblings. You know, the huge. It's always an interesting question, like if you're on a date or something and someone, I mean, and no one's ever asked me this on a date, but if they were like, what do you do in your free time? I'd be like, ugh, don't ask me that question. Did I go to school? This is such an intense knife. Did I go to school for interior design or prop styling? Hold on, I need to throw this out. No, I didn't. I did not go to school for interiors or prop styling. I don't think you could even go to school for prop styling. I went to Michigan State University and I majored in public relations, communications. And when I first went to school there, I was a apparel and textile design major. And then I just got kind of scared, like to go into like the artsy world. So I switched over to PR. But I was always doing creative things within PR. Like I interned for Vogue magazine in college, and their intern program shut down like 1 year after me because I think someone was trying to sue. But I got that internship just by emailing the director of communications, being like, I want to intern for you. I sent him like my stuff that I've done, which wasn't much at all. And the guy was like, wow, no one's ever like reached out to me directly for an internship. And so reach out to people, you know? But anyways, after college, I worked a few different jobs. I worked at William Morris Endeavor, which is so funny. I worked in the back end of production design. I assisted a production design agent. William Morris Endeavor is like an agency, if you watch like Entourage. And that was a terrible experience, actually. Everyone's like so intense there. So I quit. I worked for a PR agency, which was fine. They ended up laying me off. I was confused. I thought maybe I was fired because I really wasn't performing my job that well because I didn't like I didn't like PR. I didn't like working in PR. But they said I was laid off. So I ended up being able to collect unemployment. And that's when my freelance career kind of started. And I knew I always wanted to do something within interiors. And I started assisting this woman who did Architectural Digest shoots because I had that connection to Condé Nast through Vogue. And I was like, oh, this is it. But yeah, I've been prop styling for maybe like 7.5 years at this point. And being freelance allows you to take on like other gigs. So I have taken on like interior design clients. People ask me if I do interior design clients or take on that type of stuff. And I have before, but I don't anymore. I could go more in depth, but I do have a portfolio, which I have linked down below, but it keeps getting hacked. So I think I'm gonna have to make a secret portfolio because all these like spam accounts finding my YouTube are hacking my portfolio, which is great, you know? Do I want to be an interior designer? No, I don't. Those projects are so long, and while I enjoy it when I have done it in the past, prop styling is a lot more fun. You get to work with different people every week. You're on different sets. You're styling for companies like Target, or like I'll do like random commercials like Shopify, or like anything that needs an interior. This is so intense, me waving this around. Like an interior decorator kind of, but for sets. And I don't do movies and I don't do TV. I've dabbled in that, like in like short films, but in the end, I really love interior design. So my ideal client are interior brands and whatnot. And I do a lot with Architectural Digest, and yeah, interior design just isn't really, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't know anything. Who knows what's next? I really enjoy this YouTube. So it would be fun to make a series where I like decorate people's places, or I don't know. We'll see. One of my most asked questions is how to get into prop styling if you're interested in this field. The first thing about prop styling is that it is such a fun career to have because You don't have to be an interior prop stylist. You don't have to style for interiors. You could be a tabletop prop stylist. You could style for food. You could be a food stylist. You could be for makeup. There's like literally any type of photo or commercial you see or anything like visual has a stylist of some sorts in it. So yeah, I guess that's a little off topic. How do I get in? How do you get into it? Step one would be to reach out to prop stylists that are in your area and be like, hey, I want to intern for you. I want to assist you. Like, this is my background, blah, 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 blah. I would just send those emails all of the time. And then after you start assisting and whatnot, you can start taking on smaller clients. And what I did is I actually went on like Craigslist and I found photographers to collaborate with so that I could build my portfolio, and then same with the photographer, and we would come up with like fun concepts. And then it allowed me to have stuff on my portfolio before I had real clients, and it kind of showed my work in order to get me real clients. And then eventually I signed with an agency. I was with Wilhelmina, which is so funny. I don't think they exist anymore. Well, like they have their model department, but I don't think their artist division. Every like agency has like an artist division, and I signed with Wilhelmina. They were my first people. My like first ever like client was Joybird, and I like still work with them today. It's been like 7 years. I consider them my friends. Shui, if you're watching, what's up? I haven't seen you in a bit. But yeah, that was my first client, and the rest is history. And I'm now signed, and then I was with the agency called BA Reps. That's a more New York-based agency. When I lived in Chicago, I wanted to work more in New York than LA because it was closer. And then I signed with Art Department, which is where I ultimately wanted to end up because they're such a great agency. I mean, I liked all my agencies I was with, but I'm with Art Department. So if you want to hire me, you can talk to my agent, bitch. God. It's so funny to be like, I have an agent, you know, but it's so helpful to have an agent. They take care of my entire schedule. And it allows me to do YouTube because I need help managing shit if I'm gonna have double career. And I'll explain that when I get back. Well, I'm just going to the trash. Be right back. Another question I get asked frequently is, am I gonna go full time with YouTube? And while I technically could, I don't want to. I find YouTube to be somewhat of an isolating career. This is taking me so long to cut these. You're by yourself every day and filming, which is great. Like, I love it. But I also, like, being on set is so much fun. You're with people, music's playing. Like, I love all of the photographers I've worked with. It's just a fun and creative experience that I don't want to stop doing. So even if my YouTube is making me a stupid amount of money or something one day, I still will do prop styling because I really love it. And that is what a career should be, you know? It doesn't matter about the money as long as you like it. Well, I mean, the money matters in a sense, but you know what I mean. Do I like living alone? Yes. Hands down, yes. If you've been watching my channel, you know I've had like a pretty rough year with everything that's been going on. And I loved living with someone too, but I'm a very independent person. I really love my alone time. I don't know. I like to be alone, so living alone is so fun. And if you're scared of living alone or you live alone and you don't love it, I just have to say, cherish this time because you're not going to live alone forever. You're going to meet someone, and this is the time where you can do whatever you want. Like, I'm just like cutting onions and it's 2 p.m. I guess that's not that crazy, but I don't know. I can do whatever I want. And last night, like, I didn't feel like doing the dishes, so I just left the dishes in the sink, you know? That is a perk of living alone. I love it. Can we be friends? I love when people come and say hi. It's kind of crazy when people come and say hello to me because I just feel like my channel is small. I guess it's hard to comprehend like 115,000 subscribers is a lot of people, but it doesn't feel like it's enough where people would come and approach me. But like when I traveled this summer, people were saying hi to me on the street. I met a girl and we went and ended up getting a drink. So if you see me out, come say hi. And I love when Kate gets recognized because I don't feel like she likes it that much or she gets flustered and I think it's funny. So if you see Kate, say hi to her just to annoy her. Oh, this is a good question. What do you do to get inspired for clients that don't match your decorating aesthetic? And that is like all part of the job. You kind of have to put away your own design taste to cater to the client's design taste. And sometimes, you know, they hire you to help elevate it. Sometimes they know exactly what they want. But that was definitely kind of a learning lesson or just a process in getting into this field is, you know, really styling for the client and not for yourself. And I think at the beginning of my career when I was building my portfolio, I was like, oh, dang, I really want, you know, this over here. But then the art director would want something else. And so it's about, you know, learning to style for the client. And I don't care. Like, that's the thing. Like some prop stylists I've heard on set, like, will get upset if the client or the art director or whoever's from the brand, if they're like, we want this instead of this. I'm like, sure, whatever you guys want. You're paying me to be here to style for you. You know my opinion. And if you have a different opinion on this and this is the way you want it, then I don't care. Whatever they want, you know? It's always about the client. Okay, so I'm putting a shit ton of pepper in here. And I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have sugar, but I didn't get any. So I was thinking, is it weird to put honey? I'm gonna put honey. Okay, so you want to get into a creative field. This question saying, you have no prior experience. How do you become a prop stylist? I mean, we all start with no experience. Let me tell you that. And I think the key to building yourself a portfolio in whatever creative field it is to literally reach out to people. I guess I've already said this, but reach out and try to, is this gonna be good? Whatever. Try to find a way to get experience, even if, you know, I don't recommend working for free, but if you're looking to make a huge change in your career, like go shadow people, go do anything. My mentality with all this was like, who cares? When I interned at Vogue, I emailed their PR director. I emailed people at Calvin Klein. I had an interview with them. I interviewed with Nanette Lepore. And I had like 2 things on my resume, which was I worked for a political PR firm in East Lansing, Michigan, through a guy who came and spoke to our class. And then afterwards I emailed him. My subject line was girl in black. And I wrote a thing saying like, I would love to intern for your firm. It sounds amazing. I was running like library millages. I was running like polls when you get like calls. I literally was in charge of like a poll room of people who like cold call to get people to like vote for like, I don't even fucking know, honestly. But yeah, all of this was through just like me literally sending emails. So send emails. And I know people have emailed me to work with me and stuff, and I do get a lot of those inquiries. So yeah. But my 2 main assistants and my friends, Chloe and Yarrow, hi Chloe if you're watching, they emailed me like at the way beginning of my career on YouTube. They both found me through YouTube actually. So overall, if you're trying to get into a new field, you don't love, you know, what you're doing, go shadow people, reach out to people. I think like the key to anything is networking and reaching out to people. Gosh, I feel like I'm getting a little repetitive. But anyways, I feel like that answered a decent amount of your questions. Also, this is so LOL. I put water, I put vinegar, I put peppercorns, and I think it needs sugar, but I did honey instead, and we will see if this tastes good, come tomorrow. Come the next video. Come back if you want to see. It looks dark. I have some friends coming over tonight because I finally have a sofa and chairs for people to sit at. So I'm doing some laundry. I got some stuff to do. I got some food. What is this? Weird crumbs. I got some food, some apps, some beers, some wine. And I also want to hang, oh, you can't see it, but you know, the big IKEA mirror in here. I want to hang that because, I don't know, I keep putting it off and I have people coming over. So I got my drill and then I have this like picture frame hanging kit. This is a heavy mirror, so we're definitely gonna need a wall anchor. And I have the anchors in here. They hold up to a lot, but we definitely need to secure this thing. The old owner, or the owner or whoever the last renter is, left this mirror here, which I could take out, but I feel like it's the guy who owns the house. So I'm just gonna hang this over it because it actually fits. So this is fun, you guys. All right, I got my music on. I basically have to have music playing at all times. If you live alone, you have to have music on during everything you do. I put it on before I even get out of bed. My alarm goes off, I wake up, and I go straight to Spotify and I click living room and it plays it on my Sonos. You should always have music on. I mean, even if you're not living by yourself, it really makes life just so much better. Also, I'm gonna do that tape trick where you tape it and then you draw where the holes are. You know what I mean? JK, this is wrong. This makes more sense. So we'll do a screw there. Before we end this video, I want to test a pickled onion because they turned out really good. I actually already tried them, but I want to show you all my pickled onions. And I know that, you know, you're supposed to put boiling water on it, and I think you're supposed to add a little salt, which I ended up adding, but I don't usually do boiling water because I like the onions to be crunchy. Not that anyone even cares. It's whatever. Stunning, can you see? They turned out really good. This thing is scary though. The thing that pops it is so intense. But yeah, if you know any tricks to make that, like, I know I can add more herbs or whatever, but it turned out delicious. So why are pickled onions so good? All right, well, anyways, I'm heading out to an antique store. Well, actually, it's a antique warehouse, the biggest antique warehouse in Los Angeles, apparently. I don't know if that's true, but it looks cool. I'm gonna try and film some stuff, and if you want to watch it, it's going to be on my next home update. So, adios, goodbye, and enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you on the next one.